Okay, Greg, another James Franklin Tuesday press conference in the books.
Yep.
Also heard from wideout Daniel George, safety Jonathan Sutherland. I have a couple takeaways. Obviously, what is there one thing that really jumped out to you from either Franklin or the players?
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty straightforward Tuesday, quite frankly, Bob. I mean, there's not a whole lot to look back on when you win 79-7. It kind of all that story kind of tells
Right.
itself. You look ahead to Buffalo. You know, obviously the big thing coming out of this, we wondered why 71 players didn't play. Our 71 players did play. Damian Barber wasn't one of them.
Right.
Suspended for a violation of team rules. Will be back this week. So we don't know if that explains why a guy like maybe Nick Tarburton didn't play or CJ Holmes. We don't know why they didn't play, but
Sure.
we do know why Damian Barber didn't play. He'll be back this week, though.
Yeah, so he's still listed on the depth chart as a second-team nose tackle. I had asked us last week about him,
Yeah.
and I could tell by the way James answered it that maybe there might have been something afoot. Also, Donovan Johnson, who did not play last week, is now listed as a second-team corner for depth reasons. I think it's important to note that. We would normally, maybe for different programs, we would normally ask about Pat Freiermuth, but we're not going to get anywhere fast with James Franklin about an update. He didn't play in the second half. He took that shot near the goal line. I saw him out on the field after the game. We're not going to know if he's going to play until pregame warm-ups. I'm sure they're going to take it easy with him. Penn State's a 4-touchdown favorite or something like that. That's just something else to watch for. I thought a couple things that were interesting. James was talking about the offensive line, and Mike Miranda was one of the players of the game. I think they really like his versatility. Obviously, he played well, but the other note was James revealed that Will Fries, who's playing with more confidence this year, had a nagging injury last season. That's kind of why he did some things with playing Fries at one tackle position and Ryan Bates at the other.
Yeah, it makes sense now to look back on the end of last season. And see, this is where James Franklin, I think, gets in a little bit of a weird place because he doesn't want to reveal any injury information, but it would have been a lot easier to assess Will Fries' play last season toward the end had you known that there was an injury going on. So, at any rate, it's, again, clear as day that they're going to continue to play three guards, Gonzalez, Thorpe, and Miranda. They're dead set on playing Des Holmes at tackle now.
Yeah.
And he said they're going to play Caden Wallace all year long. So, I don't know how many reps he's going to play, but they're going to – this is not going to be – what they had tried to do in the past and just play 5 and only 5 offensive line.
Sure. Another note that because he answered the question before the question was finished, James Franklin is going to be in Will Levis's ear all week about, if you're going to run, get down. He took, I think he felt like he was trying to show that he was a big, strong kid, and he took some unnecessary punishment. James was not a fan of that. I think the quarterback runs are a part of this offense, but if you have a chance to get down, you get down.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's clear. Even Daniel George brought it up pretty much unasked as well. So those guys clearly will be on him this week about just getting out of harm's way. Again, it's great when you have two quarterbacks who can play, but as soon as one of them goes down, and you asked the question about where they are at with the third-string quarterbacks, and he made clear that they don't get a lot of reps, but I honestly don't know if there's a great deal of separation from those guys, which there shouldn't be. They both, are fairly new to campus. So I guess the longer point of the story, though, is that you get one of these guys, Clifford or Levis, hurt, and you're obviously in a tough spot, so you need to protect themselves whenever they're in.
One final note before we wrap it up, Greg. You mentioned Caden Wallace as a guy that's been they look at him as the number 4 tackle right now, but I think they like him so much that by the end of the year, if they can get him into some games, like he could really make a push up the depth chart. He did say Des Holmes is playing well. Also, what other freshman I think note? Brandon Smith. He talked about. It's pretty clear when you saw the big hit he had in the game. 6'3", 240, a true freshman, and James is kind of just. You could tell the coaching staff is awfully excited about him. Currently number 3 as an outside linebacker on the depth chart, but I think as this month, he talked about play speed and maybe he's not really playing fast yet because he doesn't recognize everything. Once that transition happens, Greg, Micah Parsons said it took him about a month. I think you could see him make quite a push for more playing time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably not going to fast track the way Micah did and become a de facto starter, even though he's never named a first teamer. In year one, I don't know if he's going to lead the team in tackles, Brandon Smith, but he's certainly going to have a bigger role than most freshmen will on this team. So, I mean, it was clear that he's a little bit more advanced, of course, at linebacker because he played it his whole life. So he knows the position much better than maybe Micah did coming in here and moving to that spot. So I think that's going to help. And, yeah, I 100% agree with you. You're going to see a lot of him this fall.
All right, that's a wrap for Tuesday. We'll have some stuff to say a little later in the week as things become more clear or less clear. But as we talk about this right now, Penn State's 1-0. They're about a 4-touchdown favorite. against the Buffalo Bulls, and also the 94 team, the undefeated 94 team is going to be honored Saturday. It's a night kick, so I'm sure everyone's going to have fun tailgating.